Okay, so this morning's class is called Action. And the main point of that is that a lot of us tend to put things off, and sometimes all we need to do is just take that step of action to do something. So there's no particular, it's sort of a hip focused class, but mainly it's the fact that you're getting on the mat and you're doing it. So come down onto your back. You want to think about the back of your neck being long, the shoulder blades open, and the sacrum resting heavily onto the mat. And I want you to start to breathe into your body this morning, so feel your belly rise as you inhale, taking up space. Feel it soften as you exhale. As you breathe, you feel those back ribs imprinting into the mat, side ribs moving out, front ribs moving up to the sky. The 360 expansion of the breath. Take a moment to tune into your body. Notice what it's telling you this morning. Maybe this is the first time you stop to pause, to tune in, to check in. Notice how your body feels. Notice if you're holding on to any tension or tightness. Sometimes it's very easy for us to hold tension, and it's not until we actually really stop and pause to sort of tune in that we realize that our shoulders are lifted off the mat, or something feels a little sticky and a little tense. Take a moment then to tune into your mind. Notice whether that feels busy, still, calm, anxious. And just try and let go of any unwanted thoughts on your next breath. Visualize popping them on a cloud and just letting that cloud float past your eyes. Thoughts can come up, but just be non-judgmental about the ones that might be sort of causing a little anxiety, a little worry. Just let them go, detach from them, allow yourself this space to be fully present, fully connected, grounded onto the mat. Last breath. And then we're going to take our hands to our thighs, slowly peel your bum off the mat, coming to your low bridge. Think about rooting through the feet. If you've got a block, you can use it here, squeezing it between the thighs. And just think about that connection from the floor, from the foot to the floor, so that even foot pad. It's very easy to let those knees just roll out a smidge and roll out to the outer edge of the foot. You want to be driving through the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. Give your glutes a prod, give them a tap, make sure they're alive this morning. Hands to the two front hip points, middle finger to pubic bone, thumb to belly button. Take a moment to pause as you think about drawing all of the energy into the middle of that diamond. Closing down your eyes, tuning back into your breath. The ribs are drawing down and in towards the two front hip points. Take your hands to fists, pop them on the fronts of your hip points, and you're slowly going to start to pulse. Make sure you're not feeling this in the lower back. This wants to be going fully into your glutes. If you're feeling it in your low back, you want to maybe tuck your tailbone a little bit more towards the back of the knees and just stay lower. So you want to think about length in that lower back, not height and arching, because that's what's going to cause compression. Good. And active pressure from your hands is going to start to make your glutes have to really wake up as they push against that pressure, pushing down. Good. Little pulses. Good. Keep breathing. Nice. Again, as you pulse, just notice the little feelings, the little twitches, the new sensations that arise as your glutes start to fire up. Start to feel warmth in your body. Where do you feel it? Just paying attention and taking action. Take the right hand to the sky, pull back on the right fingers, spread the thumb, spread the forearm, keep the pulsing going. Good, little lift and lowers. Nice. Breathe, swap hands, pull the left fingers back so you're opening into the left forearm, into the left wrist. Good. Spreading the fingers. And then take your hands to fists, circle in those wrist joints. Big, juicy wrist circles. Maybe your wrists feel fine, maybe they feel clicky and tight. It's always, I find, interesting. Feels different for me every day. And then we're going to do some jazz hands. So big stars, tight fists. You're still pulsing, so your bum should really starting to be pretty toasty warm right now. Good. Let's go 10, 9, really big stars. Make them go fast. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Shake them off. Give them a wobble around, and then lower, upper back, middle back, lower back, down to the mat. We're going to come to our shoulder pulls. So the fingertips are touching just above your head, your elbows are out to the side, and your arms are resting on the mat. So you've got this sort of diamond-like shape with your hands above your head. You're imagining that you're going to kind of pull your arms down, a bit like you're trying to make a snow angel. So you pull from the elbows, hug the ribs into the mat. You don't want the ribs to be popping off, but you should feel this in your shoulders. You might feel it in your arms, your pecs, the back of your shoulders, under your armpits. You're pulling, releasing back up, and you're trying to keep those arms in touch with the mat as you pull down. But watch you don't flare and create huge space with the mat. So you want to try and keep those back ribs down. Inhale up, exhale, pull. 2 more, inhale up, exhale, pull. Breathe. Last one, pulling down, warming those shoulders up. Good, and then we're going to come onto our abdominals. So interlace your hands behind your head, elbows frame your face. Just lift your head and push your head back into your hands. Good. Inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Hover the left foot, hover the right foot, so the knees are over the hips. Lift a little higher, pull that low belly down and back. Inhale, slowly come down. The feet stay up. Good. Exhale, we lift. Pull into that low belly. Extend the left leg 70 degrees. Reach through that toe or the heel, but really think about extending that leg away from the body. Rebend the knee. Inhale, come down. You might feel yourself shaking. Exhale, lift. Right leg extends 70 degrees. Really reach away. Reach through the toes. Good. Rebend the knee, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Left leg extends. Bring the left leg back in, right leg extends. Really reach through the toes. Rebend the knee, inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Right leg extends, the head still pushing back into the hands. Rebend the knee, the left leg extends. Reaching through the toes, good. If you feel like something's sort of your pelvis is tipping forwards, just either make the leg higher or don't extend it as far. Good. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Left leg extends. We're going to twist right. Lift a little higher. Bring the left leg back in. Extend the right leg. Back to center. Inhale, come down. Good. Exhale, we lift. Warming up these abdominals. Right leg extends. Twist left. Stay off that left shoulder. Bring the right leg back in, left leg extends, you're still twisting left. Back to center, inhale, come down. Good, we've got 1 more of these each side. Exhale, we lift. Left leg extends, twist right, lift a little higher, pull into that abdominal. Left leg back in, right leg out. Right leg back in, left leg out. Left leg back in, right leg out. Stay with it. Back to center, inhale, come down. Whew. Last one, exhale, lift. Right leg extends, twist left. Bring the right leg back in, left leg out. Hug to the abdominals, right leg out. Back in, last one, left leg out. Back in, oof. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little cuddle. And then we're gonna rock and roll on that mat. Just get a little bit of mobilization in the spine this morning. So you're rolling in a little C curve. Good, and then just come over onto all fours. So think about the wrists under the shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to come to an adductor rock. So you're going to make sure everything's sort of set in neutral, and then take the left leg out to the side. You're going to start to just rock forwards and back, really pushing maybe into that outer foot. You want to feel it in your inner thigh. Try and keep the body straight. So everything is, you might feel really tight here, and that's fine. Just acknowledge it. And just think about keeping those shoulders hugging on the back body, the neck in neutral. Good. Swap sides, so the right leg goes out, hands again even. Take it out as far as it feels comfortable, and then try and keep left glute engaged. Again, those shoulders are hugging on the back body. Really nice, good job. You might find one side feels absolutely fine and the other's really tight, but all these differences are super important for us to observe. Good. It gives us feedback, it gives us information. Swap sides again, left leg out. This time you're going to take your right arm forwards and you're going to rock. So your left hand's down, and just notice how that weight distribution changes. So your left leg isn't pulsing, it's just out to the side, it's on the floor. And it's just, you're rocking in that hip, inner groin. Good. Bring that right hand down, left leg back in, right leg out to the side off the mat, left leg lifts, and then again, you're doing that adductor rock. So that right foot is pushing into the floor. Really make sure that right shoulder is sitting on the back body. You're loading it more. You've taken an arm away for support. Good, breathe. Whew. Come back in. Come into dolphin, so interlace the hands. Forearms on the mat. Push into those forearms, so lift up and out of the shoulders. Release the neck, tuck the toes, lift the bum long. Really think about slurping that belly up into the pelvis. You're pushing up and out of the mat. Hug the ribs so you're not sinking and arching towards the thighs. So you're really strong in this point. Left leg goes long, left heel to bum. Start to circle 3 times in that left hip joint. Go with control. So every circle, you're holding it. Your body's having to work at every point because you're not allowing your upper body to move. But you're just moving in that hip joint. And to pull the leg in, you've got to do some work. Good. Right leg back, right heel to bum. Circle 3 times. Oof, in that hip joint. Again, notice which side feels more challenging. Notice where the tightness is, if you've got any. The difficulty. Which side feels weaker. We're paying attention. Good. Come down, take a little child's pose. Pushing your fingers into the mat, breathing into those back ribs. Taking a moment to pause. Good. When you're ready, come to the top of the mat. Feet hip distance apart. Think about rooting again through the sole of that foot. Tuck my labels in. Length through the back of the neck. Arms reach forwards and up. Hinge from the hips. Bum goes back. If you've got your blocks, bring them here. Left foot steps back, lower the left knee, untuck the left foot, arms forwards and up. Elevate, really reach down through the left shin. You're kind of pushing into the floor as you lift up and out of the mat. Breathe, hug the front ribs. Good. Hands to the mat, step back plank. Zip up through the front line of the body. If you need to be in half plank, be in half plank. But the shoulders are hugging. I'm not pushing them up and apart. They are sitting in neutral on my back body. My butt is engaged. I'm zipped up through the front line of my body. Lower the knees. Slowly lower with control. This is hard. Challenge yourself. Don't dive down to the floor. Let those triceps work. Let those shoulders work. Good. Baby cobra. Pull the chest through. Squeeze the bum. Keep the neck in neutral. Good. Feel those back muscles really working. Release. Tuck the toes. Lift up and back. Down dog. Walk the feet in. Have a little pedal. Maybe your calves feel tight. Maybe you're just easing out. Have a little free flow of that pelvis. You can maybe rock left to right as you pedal. Working into those low back muscles. Good, and then left leg goes long. Hug it to the chest. Feel how tight you can pull it in. And then step it forwards. Lower the back knee. Untuck the back foot. Arms reach forwards and up again. Think about elevation and length rather than sort of flaring and openness. So really push through that right shin, really lift out of the mat. The more you push into the floor, the more you're going to feel it in your hip flexors. Hands to the top of the mat or the blocks, back foot steps in, lengthen the spine, you're in your hinge position, come up to stand. Good. Soft knees, arms forwards and up. Elevate, find that space, hinge backwards. Plant the hands, right foot steps back, lower the right knee, back toe stays tucked. We're going to our juicy shoulder rolls. Stabilize through your low body, let those arms hang down and just roll on top. Again, maybe you'll tighten your neck, maybe one shoulder feels a little kind of jet laggy behind the other one. Good, hands to the mat, step back plank. Zip up through the front line of the body, set the shoulders, squeeze the glutes. Watch that neck. The neck is massive, okay? It doesn't want to be dangling. It's hold it, you're holding it, you're working. Good, lower the knees, slowly lower. Elbows go back. Really nice. Slow, slow, slow. Good. Baby cobra, wide arms. So hands off the edge of the mat. Pull the chest through, squeeze the bum. Elbows are to the sky. And your shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other. Chin to chest if you want. But keep slurping the belly so everything is pulling into the midline. Good. Release, frame the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift up and back, down dog. Again, pedal those calves. Maybe add in that hip wiggle. Sorry, pelvis wiggle. Good. Right leg goes long. Hug that right knee to the chest. Pull, 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 pull. Step it forwards. Lower the back knee. Under. Sorry, back toes tucked. Let's do our shoulder rolls again. Breathe. Opening up. Good. Nice. Get some rotation. Notice where it feels sticky. And then hands to the top of the mat. Back foot steps in, lengthen the spine. Come up to stand. Good job. Let's move on to our first sequence. Arms forwards and up. Hinge backwards. Plant the hands, left foot steps back, lower the left knee. You're coming to 90-90. Establish your 90-90. We need to really squeeze this left bum cheek, and then we're going to take our pelvis forwards just a smidge. We're not tipping the pelvis forward, so I'm not sinking like this. I'm keeping my pelvis in neutral and then just taking it forwards a little bit, squeezing this left bum cheek and taking my leg into extension. We only have about 10 degrees of extension, so it's a small amount, but you take it forwards, come off it. Take it forwards. You might feel this more in your hip flexor as you come forwards, but keep the movement really small and get this bum engaged. Good, come back, come on again, squeezing, noticing it in that hip flexor. So this is actively working, this is just sinking into your ligaments. You'll feel a pull, but it's the wrong pull. So this is just actively working some extension. Good. From here, hands inside the feet. Okay, so your right foot is to the right of your right hand, and then your hands are inside to the left of your right foot. Again, maybe this feels super tight in your inner groin. Just notice how it feels. You can have a little rock around here, but keep thinking about length in the spine. You might be really hunched over. So just think about length and pulling the chest through. Really drive that right foot into the floor. Again, actively working into that inner thigh. Breathe. Nice. Should feel nice. Lift this back knee, so your hands are still down, the left back knee is lifted. If you need your blocks or to come onto your fingers, do. Left hand is down. We're going to lift the right arm, rotate to the right. Squeeze the left glute so that you don't drop. Bring the right hand down, left arm lifts. Slight balance, the right hand is inside the right foot. Good. Left hand down, right arm lifts, rotate to the right. Keep squeezing this left bum cheek. I don't want the pelvis to drop. Good. Just rotate between the two, left and right. Mobilizing into your upper back. Good. Try not to look at the hand, just take the gaze softly out to the side. Good. Last one, left arm lifts. Nice. Release. And then from here, we're going to rotate to the left long edge of the mat, side lunge. So sit back into those glutes. Lengthen that spine. Think about your bum being glued to a wall and you're just sliding down a wall. Come as low as it feels comfortable in your hips, okay? So it might feel that you've got not much space. God, socks on a wooden floor is not advisable. So you're just Slurping that belly up, moving left to right. Keep the neck in neutral. Good. Come to pause. The right leg is going to rotate to the top of the mat. And then you're not straightening it per se, but you're going to, so you're rotating it, hand to the inside of that right leg and then open that left arm. So you're kind of in a triangle, but really drive into that right foot and suction that thigh bone. I'm not just locking out at that right knee. So we're not side lunging anymore. Good, really lift that left arm to the sky. Breathe, pause, but keep driving that right foot into the floor. Good. From here, we're then going to rotate back to the top of the mat. Back foot steps in, come up to stand, and we do the other side. Good, soft knees. Arms forwards and up, hinge backwards, lengthen the spine. Plant the hands, right foot steps back, lower the right knee. Back toe stays tucked. We're in our 90-90 again. We're going to come to our small bit of extension. So engage that right glute and then slightly shift forwards, but the pelvis is staying in neutral. It's not starting to tip forwards and sink, okay? So there's not much you can do before your pelvis will start to tip. So that's where you find that you're just playing with finding the small amount of extension, come off it, push forwards. Again, keep the glute engaged. Feel that opening into that hip flexor. Come off, engage, good. Come off, last one. It's a small movement, good. And then bring those hands inside that left foot. Again, drive that left foot into the floor. Feel that in the adductors. Think about length in the spine. Breathe, maybe have a little, quite like to do a little circle. So you kind of circle around, but just find what feels good for you in this position. Breathe, lengthen the spine, watch the neck. Good. Pause, tuning into the breath, and then we're going to lift that right knee. Right hand is down, left arm is up. Don't drop that right butt cheek, okay? Stays lifted. Left hand down, right arm up, but the left hand's come inside the left foot, so it's slightly off balance. Good. Right hand down, left arm up. You're just rotating left to right. Keep flowing. Right arm lifts. Breathe. Squeeze that right bum cheek. Left arm lifts. Bring it down. Right arm lifts. Keep squeezing the right bum cheek. Good. Nice. Right arm lifts. Last one. Left arm lifts. Good. Bring that down, and then you're going to rotate to the right of the mat. Side lunge. So again, you're sitting back into those glutes. Really pushing into your inner thigh. This should feel yummy. Really think about not letting those knees come crazy far forwards. So they're not really bending a huge amount forwards. You're sending the bum back more. Good. Breathe as you move left to right. Think about the control. Think about the form. And then come to pause. The left leg is, so the left foot turns to face the top of the mat. Left hand is kind of inside this left foot. It can be on the shin, can even be up on the knee, depending on your sort of how it feels. And then you're going to take your right arm to the sky. Breathe, keep pushing through the back foot and the front foot. You're driving through the front foot and siphoning this left thigh bone. You're not trying to lock out at the knee. Good. Breathe, release the neck. Slap into those abdominals. And then rotate back to the top of the mat. Back foot steps in, come up to stand. Good job. So, left foot steps back, you're coming into high lunge. Again, we're gonna just rock forwards a little bit on that extension. So you're in your neutral posture, and then you squeeze the bum and just keep the pelvis forwards as you tip forwards. Move your pelvis just a little bit forwards. Come off, move on. So it's good, come off. Pause. So if you're just rocking forwards and backwards, you're kind of missing the engagement. So you want to come into it, pause, feel that engagement, feel the pull on the hip flexors, come off and come back on again. Good. Breathe. Nice. From here, left knee to chest. Stabilize through that right glute. Try and keep that right foot soft. How relaxed can it be? Step that left foot back. Arms reach forwards, you're in a tilted crescent. Breathe, hands to heart space, and you're going to twist to the right, back to center, twist to the left. So you've got a small balance. Good, you're moving in, you're not moving your pelvis. Pelvis stays still, you're just moving the upper body. It might not be that you go very far. There's a lot of demand on this right leg from a balance perspective. Good. Last one, twist left. Good. Back to center, land the back foot. We're coming to triangle again. So the left foot, right foot, sorry, is facing the top of the mat. You're driving into the floor. Breathe as you siphon that right thigh bone up into the hip socket. Good, really reach through this left finger. Again, your hand doesn't have to be on the floor. Find the point that's good for your body. Arms come up, we're in warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, reverse. Reach that right arm up and over, back through center. Left arm over, breathe. Really feel this into the side ribs, into the openness of the body. Good. Side lunge to the left. You're gonna go left, right, left. Hands are down, and I want you to lift that right leg. And then you're gonna come right, left, right. Hands are down, lift the left leg. Again, you might find this harder one side to the other, but you're going 3 side lunges and then lift the leg. Left, right, left, lift. Hands down, move the other way. 3 and then lift. Again, notice which of your sides of your hips feel limited. Left. Good. Moving left to right. Pause. Lift. So you're loading the leg as well. Standing leg. Good. Right. Lift the left leg. Good. Left. Right. Left. Lift the right leg. Maybe this feels like it's improving as you go. Do one more each side. Left. Lift the left leg. Good. And then left. Right. Left. Lift the right leg. Good. From here, rotate back to the top of the mat, and then you're going to take the left foot, out to the edge, so it's off the right side of the mat, in line with the front foot. Left hand is down, right arm is up. You're breathing into this whole hip complex. You should feel it in your right butt cheek. Breathe. Really draw this left shoulder back, reach through those right fingers, release the neck. Right hand down, left foot steps back. Come up to stand, let's do the other side. Good job. Whew. It is warm. Soft knees, step the right foot back. You're in your high lunge, so keep your neutral pelvis. I'm pushing through my back toe, back knee is softly bent. And then we're just gonna push forwards, keeping the pelvis in neutral. Come back. Again, you might feel that one side feels way less tight than another. But keep engaging that right glute, working into that hip extension. Again, paying attention, body's left to right. It's giving us information. We can start to piece together. The more information that we have, the more we're able to solve our own sort of pains and aches in our bodies. Good. Come off that. Nice, and then load the left foot, right knee lifts to chest. Again, try and keep that left ankle soft. Just let it do its thing. It's got to engage, but try not to grip the floor. Soft bend in that left knee, good. And try not to lean back, so you lift the knee to the point that you can keep your pelvis neutral. Otherwise, you're just compensating. Good. Right foot steps back, arms forwards. We're in a tilted crescent. Breathe. Nice. Hands to heart space, you twist left, back to center, twist right. As you twist right, you're destabilizing yourself, so you might notice that it feels a bit tricky on your balance. Your hands, glue your thumbs almost to your chest, so that it's just your body moving. We don't want to move our arms. It's very easy to move our arms around our body and think that we're rotating, but actually all we're doing is moving our arms. Good. Nice. Back to center, land the back foot so it rotates out as if you're coming to warrior two. The left foot stays facing forwards, and then slightly drive into that left foot, suction this left thigh bone, coming into triangle. Reach that right arm up. Try not to drive through to the knee, so you want to feel it in this left hamstring. Good. Breathe. Release the neck. Nice. And then you're going to lift up to warrior two, facing the right edge of the mat. Arms out. Inhale here. Exhale, lift up and over. Breathe into these left side ribs. back through center, right arm over. Breathe into the right ribs, really reach through that right arm, drive through those feet, engage the glutes. Good. From here, side lunge to the right. We're doing our little thing again. So right, left, right, lift that left leg up. Left, right leg lifts. Feel if this feels different. You're loading your shoulders as well, but notice if you feel like you've got a little more freedom in the hips as you move. Does that leg feel like it can lift a bit higher? You're starting to map the patterns. They're starting to be like, oh, this is what you want me to do. Good. So just move between the two, left, lift. And again, you're like having to use your abdominals, use your glutes. Everything's working quite hard here. The hands are down. Good. Pushing into the floor as you lift that leg off. Good. Whew. And then last one, right leg lift. And then rotate back to the top of the mat. Your right leg is going to come out to the left side of the mat, in line with the left foot, right hand down, left arm up. You're in your piriformis stretch. If I show you side on. So you're crossing the right foot behind the left, taking it off the mat, reaching it as far away as it will go, and then drawing that right shoulder back, breathing. You want to feel it in this whole bum area. Good. Back to center. Whew. Come up to stand.